we're back for another Gab with Abigail. If you aren't back and this is your first on my channel, hey, welcome to Gab with Abigail, where we talk about the Bates and Duggars and other D-list fundies. Today, this is a little just hang out with me. We are playing a little game. So, Mary. Oh, there's a bug in here. Anyways, we're gonna play a game called Mary Bleep. And basically, so we're gonna pick 3 names out of a hat. Either a Duggar boy, Duggar girl, or Duggar... Wait. It's 4:20 today. Shout out to all those who partake. Not me, though. As a child of God, that's not something I could do. I'm like Ginger, where I know that life has rules and limitations, despite that being legal. So it was abortion. So... you know, sometimes people don't always get that right. And so, like, I know, like Ginger, that the way to the good life is not weed. It's not marijuana. It's not. So, you know, living it. If you also want the Good Life sweater, for $20 each, I can get some people. This would actually be a really nice, high quality sweater. It was made like a really good material, and then like this was hand sewn. Like, that'd be kind of dope. Ginger, go ahead and write this down and sell it to your church. I know y'all need to make some money. Sorry. That's mean, but I have so many feelings about that book. One of those opinions being that it was a cash grab, but that's what we're going to talk about today. Today we're going to play a game, and we're going to pick 3 names out of a hat. It's going to be either a Duggar boy, a Duggar girl, a Bates boy, or a Bates girl. I was, when I first did this, gonna just do the boys, but I was like, that's sexist, and I forget what the other word is. Is it homosexual? What's the opposite of that? I don't know. I'm sorry. Anyways, let's play. Okay. Number 1, Kelly Jo. Jana. Oh, we're starting with some tea. Okay. Jana, hasn't been married. Lydia. Okay. Who would I want to bleep, marry, or delete? I'm sorry to say, like, I already know that I'm Lydia, and this is no offense. This is no offense. Do you have an interesting background, being from Germany and like being Christians? Did you guys watch that like documentary on HBO about like the Nazi like Germans who were in a Christian cult and then like went to Argentina or something like that? What country was that? And you guys know what movie I'm talking about? I'm gonna put it up here. Soledad or something like that. So Signidad, something like that. I don't know Spanish. Back to Lydia. Lydia, if you guys don't know, was born in Germany, and then her family were doing the whole homeschool Christian thing, and the German officials were like, slow your roll, we don't allow homeschooling here. And their parents were like, why? We are really Christian, we don't like the schools, we want to tell our kids what they should learn. We know they're not going to get the same, also this Christian education, like we can do it, you know. I mean, the guys in New Zealand did it. They met the standards every year and installed religious fervor. They were in Germany. Lydia's parents were in Germany, like us too. And now they weren't like, I bring up Gloria Vale, and that's not like how serious they were or anything like that, but modest. I want to say, I don't know if we've ever seen pictures of Lydia in her childhood to know like how modest they dressed when she was younger, and like that changed at all. We really don't know that part of her story. That's kind of tea. Anyway, so they were in Germany. They were like, oh no, we don't want to do that. And the government's, no, we're not having a bunch of little Nazis being born again up in the dust in the corners. No, we want your kid in the school, and we're going to tell them what the fuck they're going to learn. They didn't want to put the kids in the school. They were like, we're being persecuted. Can we come to the U.S.? The U.S. was like, they got that letter, that request for the visa, for the asylum. They were like, oh my God, these white upstanding Christians want to come here because they're being persecuted in their country for Christianity. Oh, they're going to blend in great here, babe. And that's how Lydia's family came here, which is so interesting. I think it's so fascinating. But she's my delete, and that's no offense to her. Which leaves us with Kelly Jo and Jana. When I was putting this list together, I thought for sure that I would make Kelly Jo the wife. I would marry Kelly Jo. You marry somebody, I guess, like you have to sleep with them forever. Kelly Jo was really fertile. Jana will never know. kind of dark. It's actually a little dark. Yeah, bug. I don't do bugs. I hate bugs. I really do. I'm so sorry. I don't know. It's also a good question. Am I thinking of Kelly Jo like when she was like young in her prime? I don't know. I feel like, does that make a difference right now? Should that play a factor in this game? And you know what? And even me considering that, I'm still thinking about her as the wife. So I'd marry Kelly Jo and I'd fuck Jim. You know, I wanted to include girls in this because I think all the time, like when I got a comment on Miss Midwest video, and it's like all the time, oh, you're jealous, you're insecure. And it's like, what if I'm just gay? What if I just have a crush? And that's what it is. All right, my next three. I already know who this one's gonna be. Or who I'm gonna put him. It's Whitney, Katie. Oh damn, are we gonna do all the Duggars first? Maybe I didn't shuffle this up. I mean the Duggars, the Bates, Isaiah. Oof. Okay, Isaiah delete for sure. No offense, he's like young and everything like that. Though they're always saying, oh, Isaiah's gonna make somebody such a good husband someday. He's gonna make somebody such a good husband someday. Get to courting. I mean, you gotta marry Whitney, right? I don't know. So this is a hard one, kind of. I feel like there are people who are gonna say they wouldn't be married to Katie because she's like the way she is. But I think to me that would be why it would be fun to marry her. I like to give gifts. That's like one of my love languages. Just giving gifts and getting gifts. So like I feel like she's a girl who needs to be spoiled, so you could like really, she'd be an enjoyable wife for that because you could get to pursue her heart in that way all the time. She likes nice things. She's a little bit bougie. God, all of the Bates girls, have you guys noticed? Should I say this for later? Like all of the Bates girls are so like bougie. Like they came from the bottom and they said, I'm never going back there. I'm going to experience all of life's splendor. That's what y'all told me the bottom was. That's what y'all told me why you got to struggle right now with Jesus is because he's going to bless you later, and I'm in my blessing and I'm going to do all the bougiest fucking things. So all of the Bates, you know, they didn't used to celebrate Christmas. They didn't used to buy each other Christmas presents. They were broke. They were in the trenches for real. They started I Love You Day, and I Love You Day gets bigger and bigger and bigger as they have more children, make more memories, and say, I'm so sorry for some of the times that we were lacking emotionally. We didn't even realize. So that's what I would choose. I would marry Katie. I'd fuck Whitney. It's Michael. I think I really didn't shuffle these well, or I'm just like, how many Bates girls could there be? It's Jim Bob, okay. Ugh. This one's hard. And Nathan. The George Floyd boy. Isn't he supposed to be like named after Nathan Buford or whatever? Like the guy who, oh no, is that Forrest, whatever? He's named after somebody who was like, that's suspicious. That's weird. Like why did, like, you know, I just realized I gotta choose between Nathan, the George Floyd boy, who is possibly named after somebody in the KKK or Confederate soldier, and then Michael, who had on the Confederate jersey dress. I love that for us. And Jim Bob. Okay, so Mary fucked. Okay, it's gonna have to be Mary Michael. It's gonna have to be that, because then the delete is that person that's gone forever, and the it was the one time. God, I can't even say that. That still makes me uncomfortable even just to say out loud. I'm unpacking a lot of trauma this year that I didn't realize I had. Anyway, okay. So yeah, we said we're gonna marry Michael. You know, I don't want to say the thought that's on my mind because it's a terrible thought, but it's like, you know, like maybe I'd fuck Jim Bob just so that I could look at Michelle and say I fucked your man. You were joyfully available and so was he. Well, see, that's evil. That's the wicked stuff that they tell you is in the spirit of women. They go to men with this evil, nasty spirit, and that's what makes them act the way that they do. It's us that are the problem, guys. All of the religious books say so. Like, they must be right. Like, yeah, I would delete Jim Bob and you know, his country's from Tennessee. He had that half black girlfriend once. I don't know, you know, there might be energy. So what's her name acts like she's so in love. Their baby's cute, you know. So Nathan, what's up with it? I'm absolutely kidding. I'm so sorry I said that. I'm so, Esther, I would never want to be able to brag and say I fucked your man, actually. Let me salute a bad bitch when I see her, okay? Oh, Josie, I already know. Okay. Warden, yeah, I already know. I already know. Where do you guys think I'm gonna put her? Where do you think I'm gonna put Warden? You know what I mean? Ooh, the other Katie, Katie-E-Y, okay. I'm actually almost kind of mad they picked Katie. I think, you know, another one, like, where do these country boys keep, these country conservative ass white boys keep getting these beautiful girls? It's because they got money. Just kidding. And God, like, let's not forget about Jesus, who is the center of everybody's life. Well, I feel like that's easy to say. Warden's gonna be the delete. He's like 10. That sounds gross, actually, but he's really, like, he's too young for me. Yeah, I'd marry Josie, Katie, and love Katie. I think Katie is so pretty. I love her big teeth. Like, you know, like some people, that sounds so rude, but she has like I'll say really, really big teeth, but she has like big teeth. Like, and when I say that, like she has like a healthy head of teeth. Like, she does, like, and like, I just know, like, look at how nice her smile is. Like, I don't know. And when I think of big teeth, I think of like when you see, like, you know, big teeth and like a big Hollywood smile. That's what I'm thinking of, guys. I'm sorry. I felt like that was coming out wrong. Okay, so it was Joseph, Fertile, Michelle. I didn't even mean, like, I was saying Fertile about Joseph, who's on his like 4th baby in 5 years, and you know whose name came out next? Not Mommy Michelle, mama of 19. 20 if we count Jubilee. Let's not forget Jubilee. One time for the TLC special for Jubilee. Aaron, oh, this is a juicy one. This is a spicy one. You know, and I almost, ironically, the one who has been forced by the medical system, by whatever was going on with her body, to stop having kids. That's nuts. You know what's also so crazy about it? Like, they thought they were gonna have all those kids, and like being part in like a pro-natalist group and growing up, like she thought she was gonna have, you know, 10. She thought she was gonna have lots of kids, you know, and she had difficulty in several like difficult miscarriages, and then having to take these shots for all of these pregnancies that she was then having in order to keep them successful into term. But then also during that time, like taking those shots, although also during that time, like having her babies really back to back in a sense. Like, yeah, I think most of them have a year, like a little more than a year in terms of the separations in their birth, but still, you know, like that's a lot on your body, especially in your body's also already been telling you it's having a hard time processing a baby for you, like, you know, like naturally. I don't say processing, that sounds weird, but you know what I'm saying. And then to just keep doing that, so, and then to have this blood clot issue, and now basically rendered infertile, in the dream of this super pronatalist cult that Michelle, Joseph, and she are in whatever, is like defeated. And like, you know, reading in Ginger's book about how people were encouraged to keep having kids even if it was at a risk of their health, because of, you know, this is what God wants from you. This is what God wants from you. If there's medical intervention that can be had to keep the pregnancy to term, that's what you should be doing. That's the blessing. God, you know, God wants you to choose life. And it's just so crazy if you really think about it. Like, and for this to almost be the result of that, probably, like, I don't say probably, right? There's no way to really control and predict what your body might do and not do. But I wonder if at any point, like, any doctor would have told her that she was at risk, you know? And like, remember, like, Katie had started taking shots in the beginning, and they ended up being like, oh, we don't think you need this, and her baby in her pregnancy was fine. Like, it's interesting, you know? Anyways, this is a hard one. Mary Bleep and Delete. Well, Erin can cook, so I'd marry her in a heartbeat, sweetheart. I like Erin. Okay, actually, yeah, I feel like, so somebody had asked me on somebody had asked me in one of my comments, and I hadn't responded to it. I'm so sorry I didn't respond to it, but I will, I guess. I am right now, and I will again. But somebody had asked me, like, oh, whose side am I on in the Erin Carlin like fight or whatever, the beef. And being honest, I really don't feel like I'm on anybody's side because I just think I want to know what happened. Like I'm just nosy. I'm just nosy as fuck, like chronically, like terminally nosy. Like I want to know. I don't think I have a side. Because I think they just probably fell out over a disagreement, and that nobody neither's wrong or right, but like that the feelings and the tension like over that was that bad that y'all don't really talk like that no more. Like, and instead Aaron has curled up under the other postnatalist sister, that is Tori. I think Tori is such an interesting girl, and I guess I'll save that for when I get to her. But Aaron, I said this all to say that I love Aaron's content. I was gonna rake everybody's Instagram. I started that was my first video. I never finished it. Somebody asked me to finish it, so I was gonna finish it. I didn't finish it. That's honestly my problem in life, as you can see. I have a hard time finishing things. So yeah, Erin has some of my favorite content. I was gonna place her really high on that list when I did it. I think it's like curated perfectly, really well. Like it's not too much. I don't want to say it's not too little. It isn't too little, especially now that she's doing YouTube more consistently. I feel like she shows her kids just the right amount. If you're gonna be somebody who shows your kids, but Erin can cook. That's who I'd pick. The blonde who had the pink bedroom. Another girl who needs to be spoiled with getting what she wants, which would be like, like 5 babies, even though your body is having a hard time with it. Like I'd be like, all right, girl, if that's what you want to do. So marry and delete now. Oh no, it's delete or F. But I feel, you know what? No, you're right. I would fuck Joseph. I think of Joseph and I'm like, poor Kendra. They had that boy locked in the trappings of purity culture. He wasn't allowed to rub not one out. They said if we caught you doing that shit, we'd be really upset. She's joyfully available, I mean, yeah, that's what I want to say. Okay, I mean, I ain't it. Lawson, this is a Lawson Bates actually hate account. Though I want to watch his and Tiffany's adoption video. I do their Q&A because it's about Tiffany. Because it's feeling very gay and I'm so sorry about it. I don't know, the future is female, I guess. See, the thing is about Lawson, I want to watch that adoption video because in it they were like, they think that Tiffany is younger than the age that they gave her to them at. And I was like, yeah, she really doesn't seem like an Aquarius to me. February 10th, it's not giving. Okay, but maybe she was a small baby, but I don't think so. They probably knew like developmentally wise as well, like that she was at the right age and the right developmental stage for that age. And they were like, I think those niggas in China might have been lying. They might not have known, shit happens. Or they're probably like, people want a bigger baby. They think it's sleeping through the night. 13 months it is. Oh my god, like Evan, I already know. What do you guys think that one is? And Jill. Okay, Karma Sutra Jill. I already know. Loss and delete. We already knew that. You knew that, baby. Who could have been worse than him in this pile? Jill and Evan. Jill's gonna Kama Sutra Jill. Okay. Oh, I'd marry Evan. I'd marry him again. If I was Carlin, I would wake up every day. For 2 things. Like one, I think Evan is just so genuine and like seems like really just a nice guy. I love Evan. He's really a great match for Carlin. And there's why I'd marry Evan. So there's, again, like I think he's just good. So there's this video that they do where they go camping, and Evan can't light a fire. He doesn't like bring like the wood or something. And you watch one video of theirs and you're ready to talk in a country accent. But he's like really embarrassed, and he shows that on camera, and you see all those feelings, all that vulnerability. And it's like most people don't put that in like their YouTube videos, and like especially from a man, you're supposed to be like masculine to show that you were embarrassed, like you felt really bad. I loved that, and that's why I'd marry Evan. That kind of humility in a person and a man, it speaks to the kind of good person that they probably are. And he seems just like such a riot, like a fun, good dad jokes. You can tell he came from a happy family. Travis. I'm gonna maybe have to go where the money resides unless Kelton's in here. But actually, okay, Lauren. Oh, and Anna. Oh. I want to marry Anna just so I could show her nice things in life. Like, you don't deserve this. It's okay to want things. But Anna's gonna be my delete. Oh, I should have probably deleted Travis. I feel like all decisions should be final. No offense to Trav. Wait, who did I just cut? Anna? I feel like I wanna. Yeah, I would marry Laura Travis. Okay, Hannah. Okay, Hannah. Oh, Hannah. I'm just dropping the floor. Apparently, they're getting a delete. Zach. Drumroll, please. Brandon. Okay. I'd Brandon. Because of the way Michael acted on their wedding night, or like on their honeymoon, when he was like, oh, do you want to go do X, Y, and Z? And she was like, no, I want to go back to the hotel room. It was so suggestive. Oh my god. I was like, ooh, and then he blushed. Oh, that shit was sexy. Like, he was like, oh, that's Michael's like, I know how to be a wife. I want a baby. Respectfully. Like, I'm sure that played a part into it too. Like, she was hoping like her honeymoon baby, and oh, Michael gives me chills. And again, though, another girl on this pronatal list called that's having difficulty with reproduction. Oh, so yeah, Brandon, I delete Hannah, and I would marry Zach. I'd marry him again. I'd marry him tomorrow. No, I love Zach. 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 He's so funny. Ugh. He just seems like just such a good husband. Man's man. Seems like he loves the Lord. He's talented. I love that secretly he's as good at like the piano. Like, or he's probably not as good, but that he's a really good like guitar player, piano player. With Zach every time. Oh, I love him. He's just like a great dad. Like, just a great person. We're gonna ignore that he was a cop. He's from East Tennessee. He didn't know better. He's white. He's conservative. He's from people who like bring cops cookies and say thank you, you know? Okay, so Joshy. And somebody had a confession on Duggar and Bates' confession that was like, you know, like, no shade to Trace. I just can't stand when a grown-ass man calls another man Joshy. Why would you say that? That's his name. Like, that's what people be calling him. His name is Joshy. Like, Lydia's brother Joshy. Like, that's so, like, that's his name. Jessa, okay. This is like a battle royale. Like, easy. And Tori. That's easy, yeah. I'd marry Tori. She looks like a good time. I love Tori. I wish we had more media presence from Tori, but that's also part of Tori's allure, that she doesn't have that. Oh, I love that tea. Jessa, I would make sweet love to. Actually, I'm just gonna put in just the bleep. And Josh, obviously, I would delete. Like, Ginger, Austin, okay. Oh, and Trace, ew. Well, I delete Trace, that's an easy one. Well, maybe Austin, because then the kids would call their grandma grandmother. I love that kind of classic old-timey shit. I'm sure she loves that Haven's Girls Christian content. What's her name? Is it Emily? Emily Haven? What's her name? You know the one. Y'all looking at it. This is a hard one actually for me. I mean, I know what you're thinking. Why is this a hard one? It's because I feel like every single one is kind of like not a great fun choice. God, like Trace, when I tell you, no offense Lydia who's married to him, but like when I tell you, like watching, I've had like 2 of their videos where I've had to just like cut it off because I was like, Trace, you're kind of insufferable. Like, I don't want to, I'm not interested. Like, there was a video when they're giving a tour of their house and it's like mentioned twice who's taller. Like, babe, just because everybody's commenting that she has to bend down her knees in all of her fucking photos are probably gonna hurt her back.
Y'all, really fast, before we show you more of the house, we want to do something, and we want to see who is taller, Trace or Lydia. barefooted. So we're gonna stand back to back, and then you're gonna be the judge to tell us who's taller.
Comments on
yes. Feet on the ground.
Let's show.
Trace, which one of us is taller?
I don't know.
Does not mean you have to prove that you're taller than her. Like, you're the taller one in the relationship. Like, can a bitch put on shoes? My God, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I feel like Trace is annoying to me, beyond the, like, being at the June 6th insurrection, beyond the, like, cop, you know, little constable costume, beyond, you know, the gun photos, the Blue Lives Matter shirts, you know, beyond, and then beyond you being 5'7", right? You know, like, I don't know where I was going with that train of thought. Like, I don't know, yeah, I like the idea of my kids getting to call somebody grandmother. And I feel like he probably makes good money. You know what's so interesting about her being called grandmother? I swear to you, for the longest time, she didn't have a name for the grandkids to call her. Or she was still trying to figure it out, or she had called it something else. Because don't you tell me, don't listen, you who's watching, who have kept up with these people, when have you ever heard that bitch being called grandmother until recently? Okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna rewatch an old video, like, we got him. Got him. No, I'm kidding. I probably am making that up. They probably have been always calling her that. But yes, grandmother. And I like that, though. I like that. I like a classic bitch. Like, you liked an American Girl book, didn't you, sis? Like, to grandmother's house we go. Like, I love it. I love that. I'm a true Midwestern. Girl, okay, her people came over in the prairie carriages and shit. Like, she received a Homestead Act. I don't know if you know about her, okay? Her people were here with the Dust Bowl. They went to grandmother's fucking house. Ginger. Okay, I'm gonna marry Austin. I'm gonna go to grandmother's house. Trace, I guess we knew that was the clear delete. And Ginger, I guess, is gonna be the Fuck, which is apparently how Ginger felt about the word deconstruction. That's another reason why I couldn't like Ginger. Please go see a secular therapist. It's okay. You're wearing pants. You can go see a therapist. You can go talk to a cult expert. It's okay. Like, you see the glory of how people are leaving their cult and still staying together, married and loving their kids. Like, it's okay. It's okay to come out the cult closet and say it with your chest. I think that's part of the healing, babe. Everybody still loves you. Derek, Carlin, okay. Here's a hustler. I need somebody to work. Oh, Lord knows I don't want to. Oh, and Kendra. Okay, fertile type pussy. Yeah, Like, I feel like he stays in it, so. But then, like I said, aggressively horny. Derek. I feel like Derek might have to be my delete. No offense, maybe. It's maybe the unnecessary dental work for me, Derek. There's something that rubs me the wrong way about that. I do like their kid's name, that his name is Derek, like, that's like, like, you're, like, his name is really Derek, like, you know, like, that's why, like, this is what we mean, like, when we say, like, you know, racism, like, about people's names and everything. There was somebody, I think one of the boys who was a victim of that Alabama shooting, his name was Phil Stavius, right? That's so fucking Southern. And I chuckled at it because it's such a unique thing to the South. Like, you know, that person, like, that's where they're from. Like, you live the country, like, and but just like how, like, those kinds of things get deemed like ghetto and then negative because they're considered black. Like, Derek's name is Derek. And just over time, they smoothed it out to Derek. I think that sounds more fancy. And, like, I'm sure somebody was like, Derek, like, sounds ghetto too, but, like, that was of a language, you know? And I feel like that's something like Phil Stavius. Like, I chuckle, but I hate that kind of stuff gets called ghetto. Like, it's Phil Stavius. It's Derek, you know what I mean? Like, his daddy's name is probably Phil. And, like, I hate that kind of stuff. R.I.P. him. Anyway. Yeah, but I think Derek is going to be the delete. Carlin or Kendra to marry. Kendra is going to be the yeah. So easy. And Carlin, of course, is gonna be the Mary. I like a hustler baby. But if she's a neat freak, and I feel like that would freak me out. It would make me miserable. No offense to the girl, that's just how she is. Justin, Joy. What was the first one? Justin. That's bad if I forget you. I feel like that says where you're gonna go. And Jason. You know, I think I'd delete Justin. I think I'd marry Jason. Like I said, what? Jeremy? Okay, he's tall. Maybe, you know what I mean? Gil? He's short, okay. Oh damn. It fell back in here. Here's Jeremy. You think like when he pulled out his dick the first time, that's what he said? I'm sorry. That was inappropriate. That was a bit much. I'm sorry about that. And we're gonna say Emerson if she comes up again. We're gonna say the third one is Emerson because I saw it. I don't know where it is. Jeremy, Gil, and Emerson. I think Emerson is so pretty. Like, of course, Jackson got a bad bitch. We knew he would. We knew he would. We knew he would. Blonde, not ugly. Like you, your daddy's son. Okay. Gil and Jeremy. Oh wait, and who? And Emerson. I don't know if I would be married to like a professional student. I feel like that's why I married Carlin, is so somebody there could hustle. Like, respectfully, Jeremy, like if you want to be a learner guy, that's fine, you know what I mean? I want to say the thing I want to say. Like, I love in the book like how often Ginger is like in every single thing that she meets, like, oh, me and Jeremy met and he didn't know about the show. Like, he briefly knew about it, but that's not why he was interested in me. And I just kind of feel like, I don't know, that kind of knowledge about you and what that could do for him, I don't know, that sounds bad. Like, I feel like Jeremy strikes me as that kind of person. And I don't feel that means like that's a bad thing. I don't want it to say like he's not in love with Ginger, or doesn't love her, or that it's not. But I feel like it's interesting to act like if he didn't know it all, that wasn't some kind of appeal for him. I don't know, he gives that kind of vibe. Yes or no? So for Jeremy, I don't know if I want to marry him. Yeah, and I'd marry Gil. And oh no, I wouldn't marry Gil. I'd marry Jeremy. Oh no, Emerson was in here. I forgot. Oh, thank God. God, she can only occupy one spot. So who would I delete? Gil, I guess. Okay, John Webster, the state representative's son. Wait. Yes, the state representative's son. That's Alyssa's husband. I'm sorry that I have not been saying these people's spouses. Should I? Who cares? Claire. But yeah, John, the state representative's son. And of course, like, oh, that's Alyssa's husband. And of course, like, that's what she would bag. Part of their love story is that her father, like, encouraged her to talk to him. Because I think he was interested in her. And her dad was like, oh, this guy from Florida with this really successful AC business. And, you know, going to the government to be the state representative of Florida, and one of his sons wants one of my daughters, my 10 daughters who I have to marry off to husbands who are providers, because I've been raising them to be nothing else but housewives. Not disrespectfully, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I've been telling them they should be a housewife, so the least I could do would be to find them a good husband to do that with. And he saw John Webster, and the rest is history. Ben. Have you noticed though that, like, you know, in the grand scheme of like money and fame, Jim Bob is bigger, but like his family is more like infamous because of Josh. But you know, on that level, he's more successful. But like Gil, in many ways, I feel like the way he's kind of set up his kids, his daughters especially, I feel like, I don't know, he kind of did the thing. Like, where yes, I feel like a lot of the Duggar children are comfortable, especially you look at like a Joy, Jill, you know. That, you know, he did a good job. Oh, I could have said others, I guess girls too. I mean, Jessa and Ginger are an interesting band. You know, they make a lot of their own money is the thing. They contribute a lot to the family in a way that, like, I don't want to say the people I just mentioned don't, because, you know, Joy does get brand deals. Joy does do videos, but, you know, there was like 6 months when she didn't do any of that, and obviously they were fine. So Claire would be the delete. Claire and her weird Texas ass fucking family, you know what I mean? Like, Claire would be the delete. Her and Justin together, that's why they're out there. Like, drinking oils, eating oils. John and Ben, I'd marry John for sure. Oh, I'd marry John. Oh, I do like Ben though. It's Ben. I love Ben from, what is it, Never Have I Ever? I want that to be who Davy chooses. Anyway, I have been watching videos about that. That's why I'm bringing that up. I feel like you'd have good conversations with Ben. But John would be a good, I don't want to say good provider, like to say as though Ben isn't. I feel like that's weird and that's harsh to say. I'm gonna pick with the power of being the daughter of the son of a state representative. Like, what if he runs for Senate someday? He won't. If he did, he probably wouldn't win. He's not big enough. It's haters like me who motivate people to go on and become Ron DeSantis. I'd marry John and I'd be Ben because I feel like we could smoke beforehand and then like have a really good conversation after. Yeah. John David, Abby. I already know how this is gonna go. Ooh, and Bobby. This is easy. John David, I'm so sorry, honey. It's nothing personal at all to you. I just don't want to have to give my first 10 kids airplane-themed birthday parties for the next 50 years. So, I'm gonna delete you. And I'm going to Abby. Because I think that's my problem, is that I wish I could fuck myself. And you can't, you know. So I'm going to choose Abby. So, and for the metaphysical aspect of what I just said. Bobby is who I'd marry. I think Bobby is so funny, so cute. He's tall. His parents got money. Like, they're in Florida. Like, they got in Florida money, you know what I mean? Like, I'm choosing Bobby every time. Tiffy picks Tiffany Espenson Bates. So Chad, don't excite me. Oh, I'm missing one. Kelton. Okay, so between Chad and Kelton, I wouldn't delete either of these. So it's definitely just a marry or, oh, this is easy. I feel like I predicted this. I would get this one. I was gonna say I would marry Kelton because he's a good provider. But then I thought about, like, you'd have to like listen to that person talk and have conversations with them for the rest of your life too. I know Josie was like, oh, we had so many good conversations. Kelton, he also cooks sometimes. I want to hear what these deep conversations, these really good conversations are about. Chad, I feel like, you never argue. Let's argue sometimes. Let's just, fuck the one time. And that's it for me, guys. I'm tired. I need to go to sleep. That was fun. Let's hang out and do this again sometime. See you for the next one.